Alright people, welcome to your own Unacademy NEET English channel. I'm Dr. Pankhuri Miglani, your biology educator. Well, it is always lovely to meet you guys, and I come here again to guide you in your NEET 2024 preparation. Today we are going to be talking about the dream of every NEET aspirant, that is to get into AIIMs Delhi. Yes, this is the most prestigious medical institution of our country and one of the oldest as well. But getting there is not an easy task. That's what we are going to discuss today. And before I go further, let me wish all my students a very happy new year. That is 2024. It is also the year that could mark history in your life. It will be etched forever if you make it magnificent, if you get into your dream medical college, isn't it? So let's discuss the so-called plan to get into AIIMs Delhi. So the first question that everybody asks around this time is, ma'am, is it possible, is it realistic to get into AIIMs Delhi if I start now? Yeah. So children, I am not going to answer that question as of now. In fact, by the time you're done watching this video, you are going to be able to be equipped with answering the question for yourself. So stick with me till the end of the video. I'm not going to take a lot of time. And the second one is, what is actually the master plan to get there? Well, to break the bubble, there is no master plan or there is no strategy to get into AIIMs Delhi. If you speak to the toppers, if you ask the people who have done it, they would tell you the simplest things that one could follow to actually crack AIIMs Delhi. Yeah. So let me remind you or give you my personal touch also to this very strategy or plan that can get you there. But let's understand, what are we looking at? That is very important. Merely having a dream is not enough. Yeah. So if you look at the cutoff for AIIMs Delhi in NEET 2023, children, it was the groundbreaking 710. In 2022, it was 705. So we are talking about very high numbers, and if you look at the range, it is quite high for all the categories. So the first thing is sorted, that even the topper of a classroom, of a coaching institute, let's say you're the best in your classroom, you're acing your mock tests, you're very happy with your preparation, you're scoring 680, 690, 695, which is a very good score at this point of time. But that is not getting you to this dream college. That is for sure. Now comes the point that definitely who's getting there is doing something different. What is that different thing? I'm here to tell you that. So the different thing, like I said, it is as simple as anything else. Yeah, it is the mindset. These people who wanted to get into AIIMs Delhi never thought about having a choice of settling for anything else, because their target was not to score 600 plus or 680 plus or 670 plus that most of you, 95% of the students, put texts or ask questions, ma'am, how to score more than 650 plus or 680 plus right now. Well people, if you are talking about AIIMs Delhi, today I'm not talking about only getting through NEET exam. I'm talking specifically about AIIMs Delhi. So I am not going to write anything less than 720. The moment you have a choice in the mind itself, that is where it starts from. Trust me, you are not getting there, because if your mind thinks that AIIMs Delhi is nice, it is okay, I like it, and not the way that there is nothing else I want in life than to get into AIIMs Delhi, you are never going to get this score. And the moment it is even 700, which is like a very good score, yeah, very appreciable, AIIMs Delhi is not happening. Yeah. And then when these two are sorted, comes the time of right action. What is the right action that every aspirant who wants to get into AIIMs Delhi should do is what I'm going to tell you. Now, when it comes to the right strategy, it is never alone the plan or the timetable that you make. It is never that. I have seen people make the best fabricated timetable, reading the best books, going to the right teachers and still not getting into AIIMs. It is always a culmination, and it is always the parallelism between the mind, action and the repetition of both. This is one step that you guys miss the most. It is the repetition of the stubborn thought that I just told you and the right action. The right action includes a lot of things which we are going to talk about. Yeah, so remember, nobody great became great without repeating the right action, the right thought for their aim. Yeah, so when I talk about the exact plan, the 90 days plan, children, it is very simple. There is no algorithm required in this. There's no calculation required in this. It is just you asking yourself whether you can follow this. And that is why I am not the one who's going to answer whether it is possible. If you can do what I'm telling you, if the answer from your heart and mind is yes, if you are absolutely annoyingly, I want to say, stubborn about it, to do it, to go get it, then it is possible, isn't it? 90 days, 79 chapters, I get approximately far-fetched 1.5 days per chapter. You and I know that biology can be done easily. Every chapter of biology can be done in a single day. You realize that in the Game of NEET series, where we simplified all the most complex chapters which could take 3-4 days for you guys, and we did it in one shot, and you understood the complex concepts so easily. You will use that knowledge, you will use those lectures in doing biology chapter in a single day. The moment you do that, for every 2 chapters of biology, you gain 1 extra day in your plan. I want you to use that day for those weak chapters of physics and chemistry that you should have identified by now. Next comes, what do I do for each subject in a day? Number one mistake that people do is they do either of the 2 subjects in a single day. I'm doing bio or physics. I'm doing chemistry or physics. Please don't do that. You will deal with all the 3 subjects in a single day. You will give equal weightage to every single subject. That is a minimum of 4 hours per day. Why not 3? Why not 5? I'm going to tell you that the next. So 4 hours per subject means a minimum of, I use the word minimum, 12 hours a day is the productive time that you have to give me. Ask yourself right now, be very honest with yourself. You can lie to anybody but yourself whether you are ready to do that. If you're not ready to do that, then don't dream for AIIMS Delhi. But if there is a faint chance, and let me know in the comment section that yes, I can easily give 12 hours a day. Because if you were thinking that I can do 16 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours, 18 hours and still I cannot get into AIIMS Delhi, you are wrong. So that is the positive side of it. But there is a but. This 12 hours is not going to remain 12 hours, people. I have seen that personally happening with students who I guided just the way I'm guiding you today, that they could not stick to 12 hours. Then what happened? It was never 11 or 10, it skyrocketed to 16 or 18 hours a day. Why? Because the moment you stick to this rigorous plan, you stick to the rigorous lectures that you get as you're going to get in the end game batch, you might require more than 4 hours for certain topics of physics and chemistry, or maybe even biology. Maybe you're not very good at genetics or biotechnology as of now, or you struggle with certain topics of plant physiology or human physiology. Yeah. So people, are you ready to stretch this to 16 hours? This is the minimum that I have told you. What do you do in these 4 hours? Yeah. Just to remind you, endgame batch is starting on 2nd of January. There are limited seats. You get your favorite teachers. You've loved us, supported us in the Game of NEET series. You know we can make it happen for you. You know that complex chapters are not complex with the right teachers, with the NEET experts who have immense experience of generating ranks. This is the best combo, the best team. You have 2 best teachers for every subject right in front of you. You don't have to be scared for anything in any subject. I hope you will click on the link if you have not registered. You can use the code PM1Live to register for this course at the discounted price before the original price sets in and the batch is closed. Please don't let that happen to you, because this is an exclusive, never before it happened, the exclusive English crash course that has been introduced by Unacademy. Yeah, so don't miss it. Now, coming to the 4-hour plan, people, have a look and please keep your pens ready because this is very important. You need to start doing this right now. Well, people, in those 4 hours per chapter, the very first important thing is the lecture with your teacher. The class that is scheduled. Let's say you enter the endgame batch, you take that class with your teacher, you have identified that this particular teacher makes sense to me. Oh yes, the way they teach, I understand. It is as simple as that. One source of knowledge, of information is extremely important. It is the same syllabus taught differently by different teachers, but if you listen it from two people, it is going to create two different scattered stories in your brain and your brain is not going to assimilate it. Please keep it simple for yourself. You do not have any chance or time for confusion. Next comes immediate. Look at the words, one source. See, that is what I'm telling you. In the beginning of the session, I told you, it is the difference. It is doing things differently that will separate a 695 score from a AIIMs selected person. That person who's scoring 700 or 695 is also attending the lecture with the same teacher, is also reading the same book. But here lies the person who gets into AIIMs Delhi. And this is where the simplicity of the plan that I'm giving you today lies. One source of lecture, NCERT is not done tomorrow, even after 2 hours, 3 hours, after dinner. Please don't do that. Immediate reading of NCERT will give you a peak in your learning curve. This is tried and tested. I have tried this with several students and upon myself. I would always try a technique and then give you. If you read NCERT immediately after the lecture, I can say that about my lecture, it is going to make sense to you like never before. But it has to be immediate. If you have ended the class at 7 p.m., you read NCERT at 7:30 and not later. Follow that for chemistry and physics. Do that for even 2 lectures and let me know in the comment section that yes, it made sense to you. Third is notes. I've written it in red. This is one thing that you guys escape from. You try to find shortcuts. People, come on. You're wanting a college like AIIMs Delhi. You cannot skip the steps. You're going to pay for that. The notes belong to you. They are written by you. They stay with you. They are visited by you again and again. Can't say this enough. Bachcha log, notes are made along with the first step. That is when the teacher is teaching you. Yeah, like how I write everything in the class. Game of NEET series you've seen. You write with ma'am. In the endgame batch, you write with ma'am. Each and every word is and that and full stops. NCERT, when you read and you suddenly realize there's a certain term, there is a certain realization that you've had about the concept, goes to your notes. Goes to your notes. Because this is going to be your address. Even till before, 2 hours before the exam, you are traveling to the exam center, you are in the car, suddenly you get a an awareness that I want to discuss this, I want to revise this particular formula of physics, this chemical equation, this, I want to study dicot root, I want to quickly revise. You should have your notes. You're not going to get lost into several study materials and pens and papers and this and PDFs and whatever you guys have. It is okay to have the material right now, but I want you to make it concise, to make it simple. Simple will lead to goodness. Okay, keep it simple. Next, the most important step and the step that again separates an aspirant from a ranker from a topper. Now, I am going to give you again what is in my experience. Right? It is just my experience. So, when you solve PYQs, students are like, ma'am, I've done all the PYQs of this question bank of this book. It is all exhausted. 200 questions done, 500 questions done. Now what to do? Give me more. No, that is where the trick lies. Repetition is the key, Baba. Repetition is the key. My students in the past have solved a particular question bank, a cluster of questions at least 10 times before the exam. Nobody cares whether you think it is repeated. Also, I want you to try this. When you solve a question, you might know the answer. You might know the answer. But when you look at the solution of that particular question, you always learn something new. Okay? Now, the questions that you don't know are telling you about your weakness. I want you to look at the entire concept, entire solution of that particular question in your notes. This is the best revision strategy. Solution, when you go and check the solution in your notes, without you realizing it, you are doing 2 steps at once, ladies and gentlemen. You are not only solving the PYQ, but you are also revising the notes which have the juice of lecture and NCERT. There you go. There you go. You have created a difference right here, but you are not slogging a lot more. You've created a difference, not even realizing it. So, you cannot break the sequence of these steps, I tell you. You break the sequence or you miss one step, AIIMS Delhi is not happening. Let's realize the fact that something as big and as magnanimous as AIIMS Delhi is not happening while we fall short on our hard work and we tend to skip the steps. Okay, people? Now, one more thing. This is all based on the questions that you ask me. 10 years paper are enough and must and enough. Don't go less than 10 years, but if you go beyond 10 years, you will find certain or many questions which you will not be able to solve because the syllabus has changed massively in last 10 years. And that will demotivate you. That will cause unnecessary anxiety and panic within you. We don't have the time to do that. Okay, so just 10 years. Now again, difference creating strategy is that AIIMS was clubbed with NEET in 2019. You will pick up 10-year papers of AIIMS before 2019 and solve each and every question. That will give you a nice practice on the assertion reason questions which are still asked in the NEET. And you guys cry about it. AR is one part of the paper that pulls down even the best of best. How do you take care of that? Well, face the devil. Face the devil already. And AIIMS previous year paper before 2019, you will gather right after this video. Let me know in the comment section if you already have AIIMS previous year paper and start solving them. Now people, the final part of the strategy, okay, most of you know this, you just have to implement it. Without giving a mock test, even the person who has done all this abhyas, who has done all of this is not getting anywhere. We need to face the battle before actually fighting the real battle. Okay, so it is the small wins, which will take you to the greater win. So, lot of mock tests. Without mock tests, without sitting in the exam environment, without giving those 3 hour 20 minutes, without that fear of negative marking, without that combination of physics, chemistry, biology, without that full syllabus scenario, and not just giving tests of 3 chapters or 4 chapters, nobody is getting anywhere. Kindly make sure that you are aligned and you give your mock tests regularly. The score of mock test is your reality check. That is showing you the mirror. Let the mirror be shown to you. Until you don't reach 720, do not rest. Because that is what you decided to get without an option. Now, all of this is very nice to hear. Okay, I got it. How to keep it going. Most of you, almost everybody comes back with this problem. We know what needs to be done, how to keep doing it. Yeah. So stickiness is always a problem, especially in something so intense. So what are the ways? How do you keep it going? Well, daily is the word. Yeah. One of the mistakes, we make weekly targets. Or if we are a part of the endgame batch or some series, we know chemistry class is going to happen at 4, bio is going to happen at 6, physics is happening at 10 AM. it's the teacher's schedule is my schedule. No, you will make a daily timetable as soon as you get up in the morning. Make it your ritual. You like it or you don't like it. You will make a daily timetable which has every small detail of your life. I'm going to go take a walk in the park. Write it. I'm going to sit for 15 minutes on Facebook, Instagram, etc. Write it. The moment you write it, okay, it is going to make a difference. You're not going to waste time when you have a daily timetable which carries every minute of your action. You realize the importance of time. Try doing this. Let me know in the comment section. It aids it increases the honesty that you guys badly need right now with yourself. And the scientific approach to having a daily timetable is the positive feedback loop, people. You guys are science students, you know that. Biology works like that. So the day you are not able to complete your target, don't be demotivated. I could not do a 12-hour timetable. Let's say right now you're studying 10 hours, 8 hours. Don't expect that very next day you're going to be able to do 12 hours. Let it be a gradual change. But the moment you are able to crack it, even if you do a 10-hour, 12-hour, you are going to get the confidence to go for at least 2-3 days more. It works like a positive feedback mechanism. Let me know in the comment section if this has happened to you. Whether you do any activity that you find challenging, the moment you are able to do it, some difficult physics numerical, yeah? So always have daily targets, not weekly targets. It has to be the timetable of every moment of 24 hours. And the other way to act, to keep your mind strong and to keep this 90 days going with in the same flow, with the same motivation. Of course, you are associated with the right teachers. That is very important. You have right people around you who motivate you, who show the positive side of the things is very important. But what you can do is share your plan or timetable with somebody who would keep you disciplined. Yeah, it is usually, let's say what I would do, I would give my timetable to my mother. Yeah, so somebody you love, you can't let them down. They will ask you, why didn't you do your physics? Why did you escape the physics 4 hours? Why didn't you do chemistry numericals? Why didn't you do biology PYQs? Yeah, so somebody you're scared to let them down. You're answerable to. It works wonders. It works wonders. And somebody who can discipline you and you won't feel bad about it. Okay, so this you can try. And lastly, people, in order to keep this guy here active and give you positive thoughts and to help your body function at the maximum capacity. Trust me, in these 4 months, you have to function at the maximum capacity. You need to take care. Yeah. So in order to take care, make sure that your lifestyle is very good. You are breathing properly. Your breath is the source of energy. You're exercising. Yeah. You're not unwell most of the time. And seasonal flu is okay. Food, you're eating simple food. Cravings are fine. But home food is what I recommend. Sleep is very important. Yeah, this you guys do. Most of you play around with your routine. The time has come in the next 4 months that you make sure that duration of the NEET exam, yeah, around the afternoon part, 2 p.m., 5 p.m., this time your mind is very active to solve numericals. You're not sleeping. And late night is strongly, I don't recommend it. Some of you people study late night, ma'am, we have more efficiency. No, I have tried this few years back. I would say okay to this, but I don't say it anymore. So boys and girls, this was a plan. Let me know in the comment section. I'm very curious to know if you follow any of these practices, whether it is daily targets or sharing your timetable with your parents or any small thing that you are already following, or you're already doing a 12 hours timetable and you're motivated to go for 16 hours. And you know that all of us teachers are going to give you these strategies and timetables and tips because we know that you need it right now. We also know when you need it. Like I said, you have the best combo in the end game batch. It is starting on 2nd of January, and everything will be done not thinking that your preparation is either too good or too bad. It is going to take care of every kind of students. So I will see you in the end game class on 2nd of January, and also on 4th of January you will see ma'am live with cell division, a very, very important chapter. Let's do cell division in one shot and take care of yourself.